When I tell you, I did not know that my carnelian necklace video would blow up the way that it did. Number one, I didn't even know that this many people know about carnelian. Number two, I didn't even know that this many people take that much interest in carnelian or have a say about it, whether they like it or not. Number three, I was shocked when I found out that several people experienced similar experiences the way that I did ever since I bought carnelian. Number four, I was more shocked when I found out that they also suddenly lost their carnelian stone and then it would just reappear in their life and then something dramatic would happen. That is just like astonishing. So someone in the comments said in that video, what happens if you use moldavite and carnelian at the same time? Well, coincidentally, I bought carnelian and moldavite the same year, 2021. However, I bought moldavite in March of 2021, whereas I bought carnelian in July of 2021. So I'm going to tell you the sequence of events that happened since I bought moldavite, and I'm not going to say that these events happened because of the stone. I'm just going to tell you that these were the things that occurred in my life since I bought moldavite. Don't know about moldavite, it will accelerate anything in your life that is currently stagnant or stalling because of things that are under your control or things that are out of your control. It will help you move forward in life, get on to the next chapter. If you have any trauma, if you have any, things that are in your life, whether it's people or bad habits that are not benefiting you, it will take them out. And before someone comes at me saying, well, did you make sure if you can wear moldavite and carnelian at the same time? Yes, I did my research. They are actually a very fantastic pairing. The synergy of them will create a major transformation in your life. So I had this friend and we were basically like sisters, like besties. And I had pictured this person being in the long run in my life, like being my maid of honor practically at my wedding. And today we are not friends and our friendship broke that same year that I bought moldavite, and I completely accept it and I see why, and I'm okay and I'm happy. It's fine. People go through friendships that end, and sometimes you realize later that it's for the right reasons, and sometimes you're getting all the signs, and even your body and your mind and your heart is telling you that this person is not meant to be in your life, even if you're trying. And that's all you need. You need to listen to the signs and your intuition, and that's exactly what happened to me. So we had drifted apart like after we were pretty much done with college. We had been friends since high school, and we had drifted apart because her and I both realized that we just weren't on the same page anymore, and I just couldn't relate to things that she was interested in and that she would always talk about, and I felt like there was nothing that she was bringing into my life that would benefit me. So we had a fallout because of those same reasons as described, and we didn't talk for a whole year. Then a year later in June, like a few months after I bought moldavite, we tried to reconnect, and we had multiple attempts of trying to schedule to talk to each other, and every time we tried to hang out, it just would always get rescheduled or canceled. Then finally one day we decided to have a beach day, and I picked her up and then we went to the beach, and right when I was finding parking at the beach, I kid you not, like my car tire got punctured. The tire situation got resolved, but I was really hoping that in this meeting, after seeing each other for a year, that like I would feel like, okay, there is ways for us to reconnect, or the friendship spark is still there. But even after like talking to her and hanging out with her in person, I just didn't feel like it was there, and my gut was telling me that like maybe this person is just not meant to be in my life, and that's okay. So then we continued to drift apart, and I noticed that she also wasn't making any effort to like hang out with me or like call me as we used to always chit chat and vent to each other. And that was okay. Like if I was really bothered, then I would feel hurt, but like I was okay, I was healing. And then fast forward, that same year, later in the year, I got engaged. My then fiance had thrown me a surprise engagement party, and just close intimate friends and family were invited, and she was not, and it's for the same reason. We just weren't friends. Like we were drifting apart. As soon as I got engaged, the next day, or maybe even the same night, she blocked me. Blocked me from pretty much every social media, blocked my number and everything. Again, I was surprised, but I was fine. I was fine because I was already letting go of this friendship. And then moving on to the next event. So the same month that I got moldavite was also the same month where I passed my board exam as an occupational therapist. So this was not the first attempt of me taking that board exam. I prematurely took it the first time thinking, oh, this would be easy and I would pass. Yep, that was not a good thing. Then when I tried to set up a date for my second attempt to take the exam, my test date just kept on getting canceled, even when I would try to book a test date at other test centers. And it was because COVID was going on. It was literally at its prime peak, and test centers were literally closing down or canceling dates because they can only have a certain capacity of students to take the test. And I would just get unlucky, and my whole test process was delayed for about 4 months. Now, remember what I said, if there's any delays or stagnance in your life, Moldavite will accelerate that process. And moving forward, I was able to get a test date in March. I took it and I passed. Now, while I was studying for this exam, I was also applying to so many jobs to get hired as an occupational therapist. And because of the pandemic at the time, nowhere, no matter what setting you were trying to apply to, at least for as a therapist, you were getting hired because people wanted to limit new people coming into their facilities or their institutions to reduce COVID and just avoid the spread. I took the first job that reached out to me and accepted me, even though it wasn't like where I preferred my first choice. And I literally only worked there for 3 months. And finally, the progress sped up, and I landed a job that I liked. And within 3 months, I was gone and out to the next job. And I loved this other job because I didn't feel as isolated as I was in the first job. I was really happy. I had good coworkers. I enjoyed working with my patients. Now, lastly, I landed a really good opportunity that I always wanted to pursue, which was teaching or doing lectures and, providing leadership opportunities to other students. And basically, I got this job to teach lectures and do presentations for students in regards to like leadership and professionalism and interview skills and things like that for a university in India. And not only did I give lectures pretty much every week to the students, and these classes would have like 300 students at a time, but I also was guest speaker at their graduation. And all of this took place virtually. And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of other events or changes or transformations that took place in my life in 2021 or since 2021. And I probably can't remember them, but I feel like those were the main things that I could really put a grasp on. And like I said, I don't know if it happened because of Moldavite. I'm just saying that they happened since I got it. And you know what? Maybe even the events that took place in my life that I had mentioned in the Carnelian video, like getting engaged, moving across the country, being the happiest that I was ever in California and having a really good job there and also having leadership opportunities, has something to do with the Moldavite. Who knows? But yeah, those are some other things. I think all of these events relate back to the purpose of Moldavite, which is transformation, big changes, removing anything in your life that is either stalling you or that doesn't benefit you, advancing your life and, starting next chapters. And surprisingly, I was actually going to make this video in the morning because I wanted to look for my Moldavite first and show it in this video, and I couldn't find it. I swear I saw it like literally last week. It always sits in the same spot in my house by a windowsill, and it wasn't there. And maybe I just have bad memory. Maybe I replaced it in a different spot when I was cleaning, but I'm pretty sure these kind of stones and crystals, they come and go, they disappear, and then they come back to like have a new purpose, or maybe they don't, who knows? So if you were listening to me this long, thank you so much. And I hope this gives some insight to anyone that is interested in getting these things.